Let's check out the starters for the UE Lady Warriors. Sepada, Balingit, Ecalia, Tagaod, Petalio, Asis, Eliarina, and Encarnacion. Their first victory here in season 87. Meanwhile, FEU, after that loss to end round 1, bouncing back with that big win against UST to begin round number 2. Petalio coming off another player of the game honors in that match against UST. But UE will get their first point here. Egalia back sets to Bangayan. Nice dive by Encarnacion. Eliarina gets another starting nod, by the way. There's a block. Bacake with a send over. Reyes, bump set. Easy over. Eliarina again. This time it drops.
Eliarina had an amazing game last match against her meeting with UST. I think.
Oh, and almost another ace. But Reyes able to chase. Chance. Ubaldo goes middle, and Eliarina pounds that one.
Activating their middle, giving all of the ball to the middle early on in this first set.
Eliarina apologizing, would go to their middles more in this match.
Actually, I mean, this game, I'm gonna try to figure it out why this is their tactic early on. But again, one more time for Jazz Eliarina, just spiking that ball.
That's another activation in the middle for our Duncan spike of the set, brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng Bayan. Timeout called by UE.
Yeah, right off the bat, being effective for the FEU squad.
UE will try to respond. Encarnacion with a bump set to Bacake. Bangayan with a save. Kept alive here. Eliarina again. This time saved by UE. And Bangayan throws that one away for FEU's.
Incident from Faida against the UST. Faida actually said, ang sakit ng likod ko after that incident. And with a comedic touch to enter the second round, there's another thing Faida is carrying on her back as well.
Back save from Faida Bacake. I think everybody and their mom saw it on Twitter.
Gusto mo rin ba maging iconic? Gagawin mo lang Sharma yung pangalan mo.
No, Deb. Let's get back to the game.
Going back to the game here, a long rally. Bangayan picks that up, or rather attacks from that pickup by Cañete as UE scores back-to-back. Let's get the support from Althea Franco. For her first point of the match, UE down by 6. Ubaldo back sets to Bacake, who had her first point earlier, now has a couple.
Yeah, strong attack, too strong for the UE Lady Warriors to stop.
It's 13-5 here in the first set. This received by Balingit. Broken play. Faida picks it up. Tin sets up Tagaod. Dug up by Bangayan. A send over. Ubaldo back sets to Asis. Blocked. And the chase won't work. Not enough time for Encarnacion. And point tournament so far. Elisa Nogales.
Yes, #1 blocker. She is making her presence known here early on in this game. No one was there to cover that block.
Bump set Ecalia to Sepada. Put some speed on that one. Some spin. Tagaod's attack was picked up. Nogales. Tin on a fake. Back with him. Play continues. And Petalio will get that one.
Strong hit from Jers Petalio. But so far in this match, she's making her presence known. I've always been so impressed of Jers Petalio. I remember during one game, she had like 5 blocks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You're right to point that one out for her height, right? She can get up there, and I guess the timing of hers also allowing her to do just that. UE tries to attack. Ball still in play and kept alive. Ubaldo. Nice cover by Encarnacion. Back row this time. Bangayan says no. Cepada. Wala pa rin. Long rally alert. Bacangke. Still nothing. Play continues. And it ends with a stuff block by Riza Nogales.
Job guarding the net.
And this defensive
Second Ubaldo na she was indulging us in the first half.
Yeah, which you pointed out as another send back by UE really well here. Midway set number 1.
Doing a very great job at guarding the net there.
That was Kai Cepada. Between FEU and UE, the Lady Tamaraws up by 7. Cepada. Good pickup coming from Bacangke. Petalio is blocked. So UE picking up on that department.
Well, on the blocking department here, reading the plays very well.
Have 5 blocks as a team. Reyes sends it over in the first touch. Chance for UE. Bangayan with the adjustment on the angle. 2 players go after the ball. Monares will give up a free one. Ecalia. Combination, and Cepada gets that one.
A combination play finally on the side of U Warriors. Ito yung mga kailangan nila para din ma-challenge. Matapatan nila yung aggressiveness ng FEU squad.
Attempt to make a run. Ubaldo will serve. Almost an ace. They get to set up here. And Cañete trying to pull Ecalia quickly back. Another redo for FEU. Eliarina, they keep going to her. But UE has read that as of late. And Cepada scores another.
Always showing up with double digits every single game.
Well, she is coming into this game as the number 12 scorer in the tournament. Petalio's attack.
Again, this UE squad, despite the lead that FEU has, they're still relentless defense and offense.
Ecalia with a bump set. Ubaldo will try to go to Bacangke. That's a bit too high. Easy pickup for UE. Bangayan puts some spin on it. Tagaod popped up. And Cepada won't be able to chase.
Shelly Tagaod is hitting above the blockers. So yung mga kailangan, they have to be more creative with their attacks. Nagawa ng, nababasa na din ng UE ang kanilang mga
4
plays.
points now for Nogales. Ubaldo goes to Tagaod. This time gets the better of Riza Nogales.
Medyo nababasa na talaga sila with the blocks and the digs.
Which is why there's an adjustment here. Let's see how it works. Bit low for Asis. Chance again for UE. Oh, but the send back, a block. First block actually for FEU here.
Of Chenny Tagaod. Perfect timing and perfect placement for those both blockers.
Petalio this time on the cross court. Set back. They try another one. Third try. They go middle to Eliarina. Still picked up Balingit with a nice saves. And Bangayan will reward her efforts.
Great hit by Ben Bangayan. Let's take a look at that. Swing.
Petalio. Oh! A lucky, which puts FEU at set point. Well, Cepada had to punch that one through. Petalio. Cañete, free ball. FEU trying to close set 1, and they do so with that play set up by Miranda to Jazz Eliarina, 25-20. For Eliarina's 4th point of the match. Meanwhile, for FEU, 3 players with 4 points each in Eliarina, Petalio, and Tagaod. Ecalia with a serve. Pump set by Baldo. Oh, that goes through. Off the blockers of UE.
The blockers of the UE Red Warriors.
Sabi mo kanina doon sa hangin niya. Three serving one. Oh, and an ace delivered by Kai Cepada. Fast serve, sensitive skin needs 15 essential ceramides. Face the game of skin. Good response as we go now to Althea Franco for the support. Althea?
Smart placement there by Chen Tagaod. They need more of this, these succeeding sets.
Now back to you, Dip and Fifi.
Thank you, Althea, for that report. Riza Nogales, #1 blocker and number 28 in terms of scoring, so part of the top 30 here in the tournament. Meanwhile, FEU responds, who had 5 blocks in set #1. That's something that they don't want to happen again. Baldo, same play. This time picked up by Balingit. Ekali says, get out of the way. Bangayan. Balingit will push. FE will set up. And that drops for Ginasis as we get the support this time from May Reyes from FEU. May?
That's the spark plug of the team because she really brings that spark and fire despite her intimidating demeanor. And you know, even coming from Jazz herself, she shared that that's her role in the team.
Where she played opposite, but here with the green and gold, she is a middle blocker and she's playing that role pretty well. Back here on One Sports on the UAAP Varsity channel and on Pilipinas Live, a 3-point lead for the Lady Warriors. Make that 4 after that emphatic block coming from Tinicalia. This defensive block is brought to you by AIA, formerly Film Life.
Then Ecalia just reaching high. They have to minimize these errors.
Yeah. Imagine only having 4 in the first set. And Nogales gets another point.
Yes, and the UE squad is evidently taking advantage of these lapses.
Good attack coming from George Petalio for their first lead here in set #2, by the way. Balingit overcooks, but there was a touch. Yeah. Performance against UST. She now has 8. Tagaod. Ecalia. Bangayan wants it. And we know why. As she puts some power in that spike. Miranda. To Bacanque. Off the block. And a point. But FEU making a run here. And they're now ahead. With those types of plays, Tagaod. Balingit breaks the block. She gets out of the way, talking about Encarnacion. Play continues. Ecalia goes middle. Petalio with a save. 1-2 again by Miranda. This time read by Reyes. Karel transfers to Chen. And finally, they get that hard-earned point.
Look at that swing, strong swing. Right in between the blockers of the UE Lady Warriors.
She only had 1 point in their previous game, played in 1 set. Nice pop-up by Encarnacion. Bacanque. Back set by Miranda to Chenny again. 1-2 for Miranda. Marga with a bump set. Play continues. Balingit. As you have this long rally ongoing. And it's still good. UE not contesting that one. Faida keeps the ball up. It's a long rally alert. Chance. Tagaod. Doesn't end it. Steady save from Reyes. Van. Wala pa rin. Kept alive. Both teams scrambling. Oh, this is the longest rally of the match so far. No team letting up. As it ends. Oh, that Chen Tagaod spike.
And to that long rally, courtesy of Chen Tagaod, wiping that outside of the blockers of the UE Lady Warriors. Grabe, bro.
Ginoo goes to Cañete. Jazz says it's mine to set up the play. Oh, and it's effective as Petalio gets that through. Properly, wasn't sure how that ball would drop. With that spin from Jers Petalio. 9 points, her first block. And more importantly, FEU now at set point, but Bangayan saves one. Not yet done. This is only for the Lady Tamaraws. UE serving. Courtesy of Cepada. And Jazz puts it away for the final point. She was on fire in set number 2. 7 of those coming from this set. On a multitude of wonders for them. 18 on that department. And this woman right here, Jazz Eliarina, has been tremendous. As we welcome you all to set number 3, Dip Dipianco alongside Vivi Sharma. Calling this one for UE, it's been Kai Cepada leading the way still with 7 points. Bangayan with 6, Nogales with 5. Bit silent in that set 2. So that is not reaching beyond.
And looks like Coach Tina will question.
So first point for UE, Bakangke. Palingit. Miranda looks at her options, decides to go to Tagaod. A bit crowded on that side for UE. Monares able to save. Chenny. Nice dive by Cepada. And play continues. Tagaod again. Back set. Bangayan. No, says Petalio. Bakangke will try. Kai again with a save. Van. Dive by Monares. Another long rally alert. And it will end on that one. Petalio. Chance here for UE. Cepada from behind. A set up to Petalio off the block.
UE Red Warriors.
Nogales. That's out for Tagaod as we get the support from Reyes for FEU.
Fifi from the
So witty, Dip. You're so witty.
4-3 in favor of FEU. Oh, that goes through for Riza Nogales. 5-4. That one is a point for Kai Cepada, who continues to fight.
That strong swing. It's too strong, actually, for the FEU to defend over the net.
Start here in set number 3. Nice dive coming from Jean Assis. A send over. Back set to Cepada, and she scores.
placement over the blockers. And
their go-to player.
always ready and always aware. That's
Yep.
Kai Cepada.
And power on that hit.
Shani Tagaa doing wonders for the offense of the
Back inside the Phil Like Oil Center in San Juan, as the Lady Warriors earlier in set 2, where UE also led by 4. Let's see how they bounce back here, and it starts with that point from Eliarina.
This wasn't exactly perfect. She found a way to give it to the middle blockers. And as a middle blocker, that is just your dream, to be available. But then even though the
Back set by Miranda. Asis with a power tip. Nogales had to extend. Petalio. Oh, she didn't need.
here by Juris Petalio with her first attempt, unsuccessful, but now her second attempt, perfect right there, unable, no one to get it from the UE side.
Shades of that set number 2. UE losing that 4-point advantage. And a chance for FEU to regain the lead. Tagao does so. Back inside the Phil Like Oil Center in San Juan. We've got a close one here.
Great off-speed shot there by Kai Cepada. She knew no one was going to be there to cover it fully.
Easy over. But still.
The FEU side targeting that zone 1 area. Taking advantage of the...
Let's see what they will do off of a timeout. Encarnacion goes back to Chenny. Reyes for the save. Back set. Pangayan is blocked. Eliarina. Oh, nice extension coming from Zamudio. With the effort. The push by Tagaod. Found the opening, but UE not giving up. Bacanque. Wala pa rin. A retry for FEU. And Eliarina ends that one as it hits Reyes on the head. Already a career high for her first season with the FEU Lady Tamaraws. Blocked. A check. Another one. And Bangayan for FEU. Led by this girl serving 16 points. Make that 17 on a service ace. And more importantly, the lead back with the FEU Lady Tamaraws.
And that is, of course, courtesy also of their setter, Miranda, not being a usual starter, but
Yeah.
she has just been working really well, even off the bench. Kai Cepada, strong hit and all smiles, keeping composed in the third set.
Going through the hands of Bacanque. Faida. Nobody home. A huge hole in the middle.
By the Bacanque, right in the donut hole of the defense of the UE side.
Just went for that one to put FEU at match point. And she serves. Cepada picked up by Bacanque. Miranda to Tagaod. And down it goes.